to the idea of democracy and citizenship. Our speaker tonight is Barandon Smith, who prefers to be called a practitioner of accountability journalism. His most recent investigation and diligent follow-up of the tragic police shooting in Chicago has exposed numerous fault lines of racial inequality and an unaccountable police force, poverty, and a skewed justice system. Smith has been a journalist in the investigative tradition for more than a decade and has concentrated primarily on police accountability since 2014. He has been published by The Guardian, Al Jazeera, The Daily Beast, and in these times, among others. Smith has also written and investigated many stories about pollution and public health issues, runaway military spending, and mass surveillance. Barandon Smith was a winner of the Izzy Award, along with the activist Jamie Calvin in 2016, for challenging the official story about the killing of Laquan McDonald, an African-American teenager, by the Chicago police in 2014. Through his stellar work, Smith has reminded America that its justice system is broken and in urgent need of repair. More importantly, he has shown mirror to the corporate media that continues to miss vital stories that concern the marginalized communities and citizens in an elite-driven news cycle. There is a serious crisis of media credibility today. The mainstream outlets, in their echo chambers, more often than not, reinforce the positions of the powerful interests. Climate change, gun violence, police brutality, and mass incarceration, among others, are often missing from the headlines. As our speaker, Barandon Smith, said in a press conference, it does not hurt to be an advocate for transparency, humanity, and democracy. We don't have to give up our role in finding facts, but we cannot forget the larger public interest that all journalism must uphold. At the Park Center, we strive to connect the independent media platforms with our exceptionally talented student body and promote narratives that are often missing from what we know and see as the news in the US. On a personal note, this is also an exciting moment as I introduce the first public event during this academic year. I'm grateful for the support provided by Diane Gajewski, the Dean at Park School of Communications, many faculty members who support our work, and of course our wonderful students. Above all, we are also grateful to Adelaide Park Gomer, the president of Park Foundation, that supports our center and many other independent media outlets across the country. I once again thank Barandon Smith for taking the time and coming all the way to Ithaca, given that he has been extremely occupied for weeks and weeks with the trial of Laquan McDonald. We are thrilled to have him here. Tomorrow, Barandon will also be holding a workshop with IC students on accountability journalism. Before I end, let me also announce our next public event on the December 12th. Joel Simon, who heads the Committee to Protect Journalists, will be in Ithaca, and he shall be speaking about the threats to free press in the United States. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Barandon Smith.